Hi Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. Hope you guys are really well today. So here is your July 2016 general monthly tarot scope forecast. Now before I start, just let you know I've already pre-laid the cards, taken too long to shuffle on screen. I am up to my eyes in work this month again, which is great, along with trying to get everything to do with the YouTube channel done. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do. It's www.carolsuniverse.co.uk. You can find it all on the description, in the description bar below. You can also connect with me on Facebook. Should be going across the screen. Both things should actually be going across the screen actually. So hopefully I'm hoping to cut this down to sort of 20 minutes if I can. You know how I like to chat. So yeah, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. You know, it's an interesting reading, really, and, you know, I've had some people say to me, you know, your readings don't seem to have a conclusion to them, but I like to leave things a little bit open for you to make decisions. You're autonomous, free-willed human beings, and this is really just guideline readings. Your general energy for the month is, not general energy, your advice card for the month is that you may be in a dilemma this month. We have the Moon card showing up. When you get the Moon card, it's really one of those cards that says, I don't know, I'm just so confused, it's that feeling, and this is you, this is your card, this is your major arcana, this is you, the Moon, okay? So this actually represents you as an advice card, and I always say with this card, if a major arcana represents the actual sign that I'm reading for, I feel the energy becomes far more potent and far more stronger. And I almost feel as an advice card, the Moon card really says to step back and ask for help if you are in a dilemma, because these dogs are not on this piece of land, this piece of grass, barking up at the Moon for no reason. Now they might be barking because they sense something, which to me this then says pay attention to what your intuition is telling you, because the Moon is often a card representative of our deepest fears, things that we're trying to suppress, things that we won't face up to, but it's also whereby it says that they are screaming out for answers, as far as I'm concerned, whenever I look at that card, Pisces. So I feel that this card is really saying, you know, if you need answers in the month of July, Pisces, ask, okay? Don't just kind of stay in the dilemma, and this is you, so it makes it more potent for you, okay? So ask for those answers. Ask the questions, because the Moon card is often a card where you have such a lack of clarity around something, or something is too foggy, or too blurred, or it's just not clear enough for you to see the way forward. The Moon card can also mean deception, okay? It is a card that is often representative of a deceptive situation. You get the Moon in the Seven of Swords, or the Moon in the Magician, other cards that represent deceptive energies. Then that can represent somebody who is deceptive around you, something that you haven't found out, something that's not been disclosed to you. They're all very kind of distrustful cards. And this can represent around you in the month of July. There is something that you feel might be, as advice, might be deceptive. So you need to be not so much on your guard about it, but if your intuition is telling you something, this can be a card of dreams as well. So some of you guys might be receiving some very strong dreams in the month of July, I feel, that you'll need to pay great attention to, especially if you are in the fog, especially if your intuition tells you that something is not right. I feel that the universe is saying with the Moon card, you need to pay attention to that, okay? And you need to ask the questions and not be afraid to ask the questions. Your general energy is the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Now, as I always say, these cards are very multifaceted. One card can mean one moment this Ten of Pentacles can mean great abundance, inheritances, family money, shared money, you and your partner working, raising their children, extended families. sharing finances, buying the shopping together, paying the bills together, making a great deal of money, working for a great company that earns you money. It can represent a very well-to-do individual who's highly respected. This card can represent all sorts of things. It can also represent ending of cycles because it's a number 10. Okay, so it can represent the ending of a relationship, for example, severance, especially if you get something like, I don't know, Ace of Swords could be one card alongside that. Justice could be a card alongside that. King of Swords. Cards that represent legalities within a marriage, for example. You know, with a Hierophant card, this could be looking at marriage. So these cards are very multifaceted. You've got to be careful how you interpret them a lot of the time. But we see here a happy scene with the Ten of Pentacles. And I feel that this is something to do with what you have or somebody you're discussing something with. Because as well as it being a couple that are discussing something, this can literally be where you're sitting in a bank and discussing money. Or you're sitting with someone and discussing money. Because to me, the Ten of Pentacles has often come up as being a card where one is discussing something with someone else. And because we have the Ten of Pentacles around it, the 10 Pentacles around it, this would to me suggest potentially a discussion about money or finances. But we've also got a Seven of Cups that sits next door to it. Seven of Cups can often be the card of choices or options. There are options around you, I feel, concerning either money or something to do with inheritances or finances that might have a effect on others. Because remember, there are other people sitting here in this card. It's not just you, it's other people that are involved in this Ten of Pentacles. And I feel that this could be a situation whereby something is being discussed in terms of maybe what you have, what you've built up, because the Ten of Pentacles is often a card about building something of stability, security. It's a real security card. When you get this, it often represents building security, working towards security, or you have security. So there's something around your security and the options that come along with that. And I feel that the advice card is saying, be cautious around this in the month of July, Pisces. Because I'm not saying it's deceptive. It could be though. But I'm saying that you need to be on your guard. And I also feel that with this card, you need to seek further advice with this Moon card showing up as your advice card, because it could be that whatever is being discussed here with this Ten of Pentacles that seems to give you food for thought with that Seven of Cups, the advice card is, well, it's the Moon, so all might not be what it seems, okay? All might not be what it seems. And it seems that as this is you on the advice, this is you needed to seek some form of counsel around this, because I don't feel that you'll be sitting comfortably with whatever this situation is with these two cards in your general energy. Because I almost feel that there's a sense of excitement. You know, as a tarot reader, to be a successful tarot reader, I find, is to not only speak of what you know of the cards, not only let your intuition guide you, but also how does the picture affect you at that certain time? What does it affect? What does it say? And it almost says to me with this Seven of Cups, this guy feels excited by the potential of whatever it is that's being discussed with this Ten of Pentacles. I just get that. It just struck me. The Seven Cups looked so bright on the picture for a moment there. It's almost like he's really excited about the potential of something here that's come across or has come as an effect of this conversation within the Ten of Pentacles. For some of you guys, you could be discussing with your partners something to do with maybe a second mortgage on a house, or maybe something to do with the house, the finances, the equity that you have in your homes, that type of thing. But I do feel that there's a conversation taking place in July, and it's something that's got you quite excited, and you're looking at the potential of it, of what could be. But at the moment it seems like it might be everything's on a cloud, so nothing's been decided yet. And I feel that the advice card is, with the Moon card, let your intuition be your guide. Okay, whatever feeling, depth of feeling you have around this situation, let it guide you, because you'll probably find that it will guide you to the right decision. And also, because this card says that you might be in a bit of a dilemma, then for me the advice is to let your inner guidance system let you decide what it is that you want to take forward and how you're going to move forward with this. Your first two of the eight cards show up as the Page of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Now, the Page of Wands is often a card about communication, but usually it's quite good communication. It's happy communication. If I get this in terms of, a message coming to someone, it could be that it's quite exciting messages or it's good messages. But the Page of Wands is also as a card about, how can I say? If the pages are about messages and the wands are about excitement and real fervour and real fire, then to me it makes sense to say that this message is filled with lots of kind of inspiration. It's an inspirational message. Often when I see this, it often comes through email or through text messages, because the ones are to deal with fire energy. It can be electronic communication a lot of the time, rather than what someone says to you. I usually affiliate the Page of Swords as being direct communication, so literal verbal communication, whereas something like the Page of Cups could be more sort of spiritual, if that makes sense, communication, kind of an idealistic type of communication, like flirtatious looks or flirtatious behaviour, that body language, that type of thing. And the Page of Pentacles, because it's pentacles, it would usually be financial communication, and that can come either way, electronic, verbal, whatever it is, because they're outcome cards, pentacles are. But wands, usually this is something that for me has often manifested as being something that comes through, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a really good message, and it's filled with lots of fun, happiness. But the thing with the Page of Wands is, you've got to look at the facts with that card, because sometimes all may not be what it seems with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is often seen as the mischievous child in the tarot, okay? So he can do and say anything. And sometimes with the wand characters, they do stuff, especially when they're courts, obviously, page, knights, queens and kings. Often they'll do things as a result of what it is that they're feeling at that particular time. So it's more a feeling card as well, the wands are, besides the cup cards. The cups deal with how we feel emotionally, and the wands deal with how we feel energetically. So as an energy card. So it's more the energy of upbeatness when you get a Page of Wands. And this is a very upbeat thing that's coming to you, I feel, in the month of July. But there seems to be some deceptive communication around it, or something you don't trust, because we've got a Seven of Swords that shows with this. And you could kind of see the two cards meshing together in a way, because the news might seem great, but the action in delivering it, or the action behind it, because remember, the Seven of Swords is meant to be a card about getting away with something in broad daylight. It's a deceptive energy. It's where somebody is running off with 5 of 7 swords, and they're feeling rather smug about it, like they've gotten away with something, Pisces, like they've achieved a sense of not being upfront, and they're kind of delighting in their achievement with that. So the Seven of Swords for me often represents, it can represent good strategy, it can represent home moves, it can represent all of those things, okay? But this can be a deceptive energy. On the other hand, we're going to do it two ways, this reading, really, because it can be about a home move. Maybe for some of you guys, you've reached the end of a line in terms of where your home is. So Ten of Pentacles, as I've said, is the ending of cycles. So some of you guys might be wrapping up living where you're living. And now you're looking at the various options. So for some of you guys, you might literally be looking at discussing with your partner, well, we've lived here for X amount of years and wouldn't it be good to move somewhere else? And you might be looking at various options. It might be something as mundane as that. And the moon card might say you might be in a dilemma about this, because do I stay where we've lived for so long, or do we move? And the Page of Wands could be that there's really exciting energy around this. But the Seven of Swords says, well, you know, we need to make sure that we, you know, devise a good strategy around this. So it could be something as mundane as that. But also on the flip side, it can mean that there is deceptive communication around this Page of Wands. So something is not being disclosed quite openly or honestly about this situation here. We also have the Hanged Man, which the Hanged Man is either a card about making major adjustments to a situation, that you're having to make a major adjustments to your life, potentially, upheaval. And for some of you guys, it will be making major adjustments, because the Seven of Swords can often be seen as a moving card when one is moving home. And the Page of Wands, again, can be seen as a moving card as well, where one is moving into something, they're taking a risk with it. It's new, it's untried, it's untested. And the Seven of Swords says, yes, we're going to move. And the Hanged Man can say, well, it's going to be a major adjustment to do that. But next door to it is the Three of Pentacles. Well, let's put this into the planning stage. Okay, let's see the mortgage advisor, or let's see someone about this. Let's talk about it. Okay, before we do anything, we know that we've got some major things that we need to kind of sort out before we actually go for it. Okay, so this is something I feel for some of you guys that's been probably in the pipeline for a long time. However, if it's not about strictly a move, then I feel that there is some deception around communication in the month of July. And this is why the Hanged Man says, wait and pause before we're in full view of the facts. Because the Hanged Man is number 12, I believe, within the Tarot Major Arcana. And if you reduce that number down, it makes number 3. So this card can often be, well, I'm waiting for an outcome, or I'm waiting for a decision to be made, or I'm waiting for something to unfold to me before I actually go further. And we have this another 3 really here, the Three of Pentacles, which is, you know, we're setting the wheels in motion, but we're going to wait for other things to develop. So there is certainly a sense of waiting for things to develop around this situation, because one is in a dilemma about this situation with the Moon card. I do feel for some of you guys, you will be at that point where there is a sense of great awareness around this situation, Pisces, in the month of July, because we have the King of Cups that shows here, and he's looking directly towards the Five of Pentacles. I feel it will be an awareness of what it is that some of you guys may have to give up around whatever this situation is. So if it's a home move that you're looking at, and you're looking at various options after this Ten of Pentacles, maybe after discussing that there has been an ending of a cycle in terms of maybe where you live, potentially could even be a relationship, then there is the Seven Cups here. Well, we've got choices that we need to make, or there are options that we need to look at, and we've not yet decided what we want to go for. The Page of Wands energy, it's very exciting. It's new and it's exciting. But the Seven of Swords, we need to find a good strategy around this. So let's put a pause on it with the Hanged Man, because we need to look into this a little bit more. Let's put a pause and wait until we see what the outcome is from a meeting or communication that we have with someone who can shed a little bit more knowledge on the situation. Which is why the Moon card shows up as your advice, that if you're in a dilemma, you need to be asking more questions. You have a great awareness of this situation, because you're the King of Cups this month, Pisces. And the King of Cups says, yes, I recognise that the water is a little bit choppy. So I recognise that not everything is stable with this situation. However, my logic and my great presence of mind says, well, I'm going to deal with it in a very mature manner, because I recognise that there may be some distance with this situation. So some of you guys, it might be where a simple case of that you might be considering moving out of something that you have been in for a while. I feel that this might be a house move for some of you guys. or moving out of something that has been of comfort to you, that has been of stability to you for a while. And I feel that it might be a great shift to move out of this, which is why it seems that you are waiting for an outcome until, or just taking a pause on something here, because there are great adjustments or great sacrifices that you're probably going to need to make, because the Hanged Man can mean, I need to make a great sacrifice here. So therefore you may be looking to speak to somebody in the know with the Three of Pentacles. You're viewing someone. The Three of Pentacles is often the card to say, I'm watching someone who knows more about a situation than I do. Okay, I'm watching this man here is the workman, and these two people here are asking for his advice. This often comes up where you are going for a mortgage, or you're asking advice from someone who's more skilled than you are in a particular area. So it's a pause, it's a stop, it's a wait with the Hanged Man till you get the outcome of the meeting with the Three of Pentacles. Because you're aware with that King of Cups that whatever this thing is that you go for, it could either cost you financially, or it could mean that you're separated maybe from friends and family, or it could mean that you are feeling a sense of separation in terms of whatever this is that you want to go for in the month of July. But I feel that you've got great presence of mind, Pisces, in this reading in the month of July. It does seem to me, though, that the last two cards say that you either stay where you are and you don't risk, because I'm sensing that there's risks here that you'll need to take in the month of July. There's a risk that you're going to be looking to take. But I feel that we have the Devil card here as the first of the last cards. Now, the Devil card means I fear moving out of a situation. I'm bound to it. I'm caught up in it. I'm restricted by it. It's not just me. It's other things that are making me feel that I can't do something, or I can't move out of the fear. The Devil card can mean so many things. It could mean that you're tied to family, or you're tied to having to pay a bill, or you're tied to a mortgage, or anything that you're tied to here in the external world. That's what your Devil card will represent. Okay, as well as being addictions, that type of thing, you've got to look at, when you do tarot, you've got to look at everything, all the cards that show up here. Okay, all the cards. And I'm looking at the King of Cups, who faces that Five of Pentacles. And he's looking at somebody who's out in the cold. So his awareness is around some distance that will be created if you decide maybe to move. Or maybe he's very much aware, consciously and subconsciously, that something will mean sacrificing popularity or money, finances, support, friendships, that type of thing. The Five of Pentacles walks straight towards the Devil. Now, for some of you guys, it might be that whatever is coming in surrounding this Ten of Pentacles, the discussion of money card, and looking at options as a result of that, could be discussion of money, home, whatever it is, and the fact that you all seem to be in a dilemma and will need to ask for further advice or help in order to help you make the right decision to move forward. It seems to me that there's some very exciting new stuff coming in with the Page of Wands. But it's immature energy again. It's untried and untested. So you need all the facts with that card. The Seven of Swords could be, well, I'm trying to think outside the box and find a good strategy around this to solve an issue. Because whilst this Page of Wands energy looks really good, the Seven of Swords says, do I have all the facts present? Because remember, the Seven of Swords is a card that's based in deception or a lack of trust. So do I have all the information there? Is the information clear? Is the information true? Is it trustworthy information? Whether it's your trustworthy information in terms of how you're thinking about this situation, or whether it's trustworthy information coming to you. So what's being received? Is this right? Is it as good as it seems? It seems that you take a pause on this because you need to get more information. You need an outcome as a result of maybe a meeting with the Three of Pentacles. You are fully aware as the King of Cups on what the implications are of going for this particular thing, whatever it might be or mean to you, Pisces, in your life in the month of July. And for some of you guys, you might be walking towards the devil. Okay? And when you walk towards the devil, I feel that you walk from the frying pan into the fire. So for some of you guys, you might be feeling that you're going to be walking towards from the frying pan into the fire. Okay? Because remember, the devil resides in fire. That's hell. Okay? So you might be walking from one chain into another chain. And therefore, you might decide with the Four of Pentacles to stay as you are. Does that make sense to you? Because even if I were to look at the devil and the Four of Pentacles, this would say, well, I'm bound to security, or I'm bound to my stability. So therefore, I don't really want to change anything up. So I do feel that, you know, the Moon card can also say as advice card, I'm insecure around a situation. I do sense that there's some insecurity in the month of July, Pisces, that you're going to need to seek some advice on. And I do feel it's around money or the home, something like that, or changing something in your life because something may have come to an end, or you're feeling that you want to bring something to an end and you're looking at options opening up to you. Now, it could be as simple as something like, I want to make home improvements. What are my options? And you might come across something on the internet, Page of Wands. But it might be deceptive with that Seven of Swords. So I'm going to hold fire with the Hangman while I get more information with the Three of Pentacles from someone that's in the know. But you might recognise as the King of Cups that this thing might leave you far more impoverished than you thought, i.e. I think I'll get a loan, but then I have to pay X amount of percentage to pay it back every month on top of what I owe for the loan. So therefore I think I'll stay with what I've already built up. Because I've worked hard for what I have, and I'm not willing to risk what it is that has already been developed. I do feel in the month of July, Pisces, this reading is really saying, you know, for some of you guys, that there is a sense of security here for you guys that you are not willing to risk, or you will be fearful of risking. Okay, I do feel that. Okay, and I feel that the advice is saying with that Moon card, get all of the information that you need, because there will be a dilemma, I feel, coming to you guys over something to do with money or the home. Could be moving. It could be that you'll be enticed to take money or be offered something that seems maybe too good to be true, and you'll need to take a moment out until you have all the facts. But I feel that this is what the potential of this reading is saying for you guys in the month of July. That it is better to wait and get all the facts rather than just rush into something that could leave you financially impoverished, or where you are going to be giving. I feel that you'll be at the height of your own senses, though, with this King of Cups. This is my saviour card in this reading, really. Because the King of Cups is about true understanding and awareness of a situation. Just going to see if there's anything else I can see in the cards here. Yeah, I feel that there's a restriction on plans here in the month of July. But I feel that this is through your own presence of mind more than anything else. Because you'll be aware that you can't just jump into something without getting all the facts. And I feel that once you get all the facts, maybe it won't be something that you'll go for. Let's get an angel card for you. I don't know whether I told you that now on the readings. I pull an angel card, Doreen Virtue, Radley Valentine. And they should be able to give you some advice for the month. Universe, Spirit, Angels, most of all. Can you give me the advice card? What is it you wish the Pisces people to know for the month of July 2016? Please, angels, give me the advice that you have for the Pisces people during the month of July 2016. What is the message that you have for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of July 2016? What is the message that you have for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of July 2016? Show me. Oh my God. Whoa. That's tricky. That is weird. Jeez. Look at that, what they've said. Can you see that? Get more information. That's the card that came up for you. It's just come up. See that? That's what the angels sent to you. Can you see that, guys? It's just said, get more information. How freaking freaky is that? Let's have a look what this says. These angel cards are incredible. Seriously. You ask it a question and it gives you a direct message. And it's telling you to get more information. Let's see what the angels are saying about this then. See if I can find G. The situation you're asking about requires more information in order for you to make a wise decision. Approach those knowledgeable, Three of Pentacles, about the topic to solicit their advice. If there are friends or family members in your midst who have insight into the matter, ask for their observations. You may need to do some analytical research in order to get the data you need. This could include reading books, taking classes or seminars, or gathering information from the internet. Jeez, these cards, I love doing tarot. I just think it's an incredible tool. And I don't care who says it's woo-woo shit, woo-woo that. You know, I truly believe in this. I've been doing it for 2 years now. And I am a true 100%, 1 million percent, 1 billion percent believer in tarot. It's incredible. Very, very strong reading. If any of this resonates with you guys, let me know. But that's freaky and it's true. Get more information. That's what I was getting from the reading before I shuffled those cards. Get more information. Okay? That's your reading, Pisces, for the month of July 2016. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. And I'll be back with your life spread reading shortly. Take care.